Hi everyone, I'm Michelle and welcome back for another episode of the Cuttlebug Challenge blog, Fab Friday TV. Today we're going to make an altered assignment pad. I've put up all of the supplies on the blog, so once you've gathered them up, come and join me for this quick little project. Okay, so here we are. We're ready to get started making this little altered assignment pad. This is just a dollar store assignment pad that we're going to alter and add some embellishments to. Two of the wonderful products we're going to use today is Coordination's Color Core cardstock. This is premium cardstock, and this particular package comes in a beautiful rainbow of colors. And you'll see the magical effects of this when we work with it. We're also going to be using Sakura Sticklers, which is a fantastic product as well, and the souffle markers. We're going to be using these outline stickers, applying them to the front of the little pad, that's what I did the butterfly with, and then coloring them in with these 3D markers. The first thing you want to do is cut a piece of the cardstock in the color that you've chosen to 3 inches by 5 inches if you're using this size pad. Just look at the size and measure the pad you're using. So mine today is 3 by 5. Once you have your cardstock cut, we're going to use the Flourished Frame embossing folder from Cuttlebug. This is a new folder, and we're going to emboss the piece of cardstock. And as always, we use the A plate, the B plate, the folder with the cardstock, and then another B plate on top. Once that comes out the other side of the machine, you have a beautiful embossed piece of cardstock with the frame in the center. Get out our sanding block, and this is the magical effect of Coordinations. As we sand over the raised embossing, a beautiful color core is going to come through. You can see that happening already where I sanded. Once you have the area sanded and has the look that you like, I like to just go and distress the other areas a little bit. So again, just sand this lightly. The cardstock is textured, so when you sand, the raised areas will distress nicely. The Coordinations cardstock sanded and the color core showing through. Once you have that done, you want to take your pad and hold the cardstock up to your pad. And you said it's 3 by 5, so it's an exact match. Okay, now we know that we've got it cut right. We want to just take on the reverse side, we want to just draw a line 1/4 of an inch down from the upper edge. Once you have that done, we're working on the back side, the non-distressed side. Just draw a line at 1/4 of an inch. So I drew a light pen line 1/4 of an inch down. Then we want to line up this cardstock with our assignment pad, and at every spot where there's a wire, just put a small little snip with your scissors. It doesn't have to be that large, just a small snip right where the wires are. Okay, once you've done that, turn it over, and where you did put each snip, just extend it down to that 1/4 inch line that we drew in with the pencil. Okay, once you have that done, take your adhesive, and over all of those little slits, just put a line of adhesive, whatever your favorite adhesive is. Now we're going to line this up with our assignment pad. Position the coils so that they're in the correct spot. Once it's lined up, you're just going to take your scissors and press each of the little tabs in between the coils. You can see as I'm working that this is giving an exact fit all of the tabs are fitting very nicely around these coils. Now, with that little bit of adhesive, it's already on. So just let's check one more time. Give it a little press. Make sure it's all in place. And it is. Now it's time to take our adhesive again and just put some adhesive on the cover of your assignment pad. Make sure you go close to the edges so that it stays down nicely and doesn't peel off of the edges once your book is complete. And there you have. Your cover is almost done. The corners of this were rounded, so I'm just going to turn it over and I'm going to snip the corners to round them. You can use a corner rounder if you like, but I'm just going to do it with scissors. It's just as easy. The next step is we want to take the sticklers, and these are by Sakura, and the souffle pens that we want to use, and I'm going to do a small butterfly today. These stickers are outlined so that they're giving you the place to color them in inside. If you can see this sticker, I'll hold it up against a dark background. It's a lined sticker with a hollow space in the middle. I'm positioning that on to my notepad. And now I'm just going to use these 3D markers to fill in the areas that I like. Now, I don't know if you can see this very good on the camera, but you can see it very good in the still photo I provided. And that was a quick little embellishment for this book. I've chosen these Prima flowers. I'm just going to position them and layer them right on the front of the book. And we're going to use large glue dots for that. So we'll put the first layer down. And we want to make sure we position it so it's not hiding that beautiful butterfly. Okay, we have our first layer. And then we'll use a solid color on the second layer. We want to stagger the leaves. Okay, next I'm going to use large glue dot again. And I'm going to apply a button to the center. These are rimmed buttons. They're great for crafting because they have a little rim around the edge, and it's a great spot to nestle a punched tab or a gem. Finally, we're going to use a smaller glue dot to put a gem right in the center of the button. I'm being very careful not to touch my butterfly because it's not dry yet. Okay, so I'm working over here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take 6-inch lengths of ribbon. We're going to weave this through 2 coils at a time. If you're having trouble getting it through, you can use tweezers, or I'm just pushing it through with my scissors. So once I pull this through, I'm going to pull it up, make the ends even, tie a nice knot, and then double knot it, and then we're going to trim all of the ends on the bias. Once you've tied ribbon across all of the coils in sets of 2, your project will look like this when it's completed. I hope that you give this a try and maybe even extend it onto a larger size notebook. Have a great day, and thanks for joining me today for this tutorial.